And this day and age, living now in the Western world, you can't get any stranger than this look, the beard. Can't get any stranger now than the veil of the woman. The niqab is now finished, gone. That's like really extreme to them. The beard is now second. And the practices that we do, praying, strange. Holding on to your 5 daily prayers is strange even to some Muslims. And weird. What's this new religion, they say? And what was already dealt with a long time ago, because values change today, now everybody is re-exploring Islam 14 centuries ago and saying, look at that. Look how bad this religion is. After they've changed the values today. You can't do that. Change the values and you say, look how wrong this religion is. You just made up something and now you want to make the religion look like it's wrong and strange and weird. So the religion has started again strange as it was before. And the Rasul ﷺ told us, you will have 4 transitions. From a proper khilafah on the Quran and Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. Then it will become a distorted one, Muslims fighting each other. Then it will become a mulkan jabriyan, which is a dictatoriate kind of leadership of khilafah. And then, which is now, there's lots of dictatorships in a lot of the Muslim countries, a lot of the Muslim world. And if a person just speaks of Islam in some places, he's imprisoned immediately, called a terrorist and called an extremist and so on and so forth. Then he said, ثُمَّ تَعُودُ الْخِلَافَةَ عَلَى مِنْهَاجِ النُّبُوَّةِ. Khilafah will return back, leadership of the Muslims, to the way the Prophet ﷺ began it. And that is yet to happen. That is yet to happen. The last Khilafah we had was the Ottoman Empire. So this is another sign that is inevitably coming. But the thing is, the Muslims will return. The nation of Islam in its proper teaching, its proper form, as it began, will come back and will fill the world with peace and justice, just as it was filled with injustice and tyranny. And that's the time of Al-Mahdi. Now there's something I'd like to say here and note very importantly. You hear a lot of Muslims these days saying, the unity of the Muslim will never come until the Mahdi comes. So just sit down, do your stuff, sit at home, don't make da'wah, don't say anything, don't try to work towards unity. This is a very false and wrong way to think for a Muslim. Allah doesn't ask you, why aren't you uniting the nations of the world? Allah says in the Quran, وَلَوْ شَاءَ رَبُّكَ لَجَعَلَ النَّاسَ أُمَّةً وَاحِدًا. If Allah wanted to, He could have interfered and made everybody one nation and changed their hearts, and nobody had a choice to rebel or accept. Everyone will be one. But Allah has a purpose in our life. And therefore, don't think that you're going to unite the whole nations. You can't do that. Only Allah can do that. But what you can do, what's wrong with uniting families? What's wrong with uniting communities? A community that you have. Rasul ﷺ didn't begin with the whole world, he began with his family. Allah told him, وَأَنذِرْ عَشِيرَتَكَ الْأَقْرَبِينَ. Begin with your nearest family first. And then he expanded. So what's wrong with that? And they were unified. One little city called Medina, a few thousand Muslims, that was the nation of the Muslim, of the Muslim. And then he expanded. But look where it started. For a person to say, I can't unite the world, so why bother, is a very foolish statement, very foolish way to think about it. Allah is not going to ask you, why didn't you unite the ummah? Allah is going to ask you, what did you do within your capacity? That's what He's going to ask you. What did you do with the knowledge I gave you? What did you do with the strength that I gave you, with your youth that I gave you, the health that I gave? What did you do within your capacity? I gave you authority over a family. What did you do with that family? I gave you authority over a city. What did you do with that? I gave you authority over, people who you talk to. What did you do with that? So each person's got different levels of authority and power and capacities. Allah will ask you within that capacity, and that's it. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. Allah does not bear a person more than what they can hold. So don't think about uniting the whole nation. Think about uniting what you have the capacity to do. And that's it. So the religion will begin gharib as it started before. And this is today, one of the minor signs before the major signs come. As time passes, my dear brothers and sisters, after these minor signs develop, plots and plans will be carried out by enemies of this religion, outside of it and within it. And this is among the greatest minor signs that you can look at, because Rasul ﷺ said, "Oh my Lord, don't destroy my ummah with a common plague that destroys them all. Don't do that." And Allah said, you have that dua accepted. I will never destroy your ummah with a plague. He said, "Oh Allah, do not let an enemy from outside of them to take control of them." And Allah said, you have that. So why do we have today the enemy from outside controlling the Muslims and putting them down? Because Allah did not give the Prophet ﷺ the third dua, which was, except if they fight each other within, I will not protect them from that. I've given them my guidance, it's up to them to follow it. And then Allah then sent the ayah down saying, إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُغَيِّرُ مَا بِقَوْمٍ حَتَّى يُغَيِّرُ مَا بِأَنفُسِهِمْ. Allah will not change the state of a people until they change their own state first. So when we changed our state, the outside enemy took control of us. That's what's happened today. And this is among the greater minor signs as well. We mentioned the hadith last week. The nations of the world will gather against you. Rasulullah named 80 nations. The 80 nations are going to come up very soon. But right now, this word, as the Prophet said, takalub. He said, tatakalab. Oh, tatada'a means they invite one another, like beasts calling each other and becoming wild over you. And today, they are wild and in many places in the world over the Muslims. You just don't hear much about it in the media anymore. This is our state. And you know that soon something's going to happen. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala only knows when this is going to happen.